Do you want to read a story? 'Cause there isn't any snow. I cannot build a snowman, but we could really have a go at reading a book in the icy lands, because that's what I like, is the icy lands. Right, okay, we're going to stop singing now. Now, it's Sea Creature Week this week. Now, I've got a few of my sea creatures out with me. Some of them are creatures that live in the land and in the water, and some of them live in the water all the time. So, how about this fine penguin? Now, penguins live at the South Pole, that's the very bottom of the earth, where it's icy. Now, penguins do a bit of a weird waddle when they're on the land, but they swim beautifully and gracefully. Now, there is something that likes to eat penguins, and I know some of you know what this is called. Some people call it a killer whale, and its real name is an orca. Now, orcas are not vegetarians, and they like to eat. Let me see, I've got something else down here somewhere. No, I must have left it upstairs. I thought I had a seal as well, and I've left it. They're not going to eat them in this story though, so don't worry about it. Now, in the North Pole, which is right up at the top of the world, it's icy, and it's called the North Pole. This is where polar bears live. Okay, I've got a mama bear and a bear cub. Now, they live on the ice, but when they want something to eat, they have to go in the water and do some fishing. So, seeing though I'm Elsa and I like things that are frozen, I think I might read one book about a penguin and one book about a bear. Oh, there's something else here as well. Does anybody know what sort of whale this is? It's a very special whale. Well, I think it's special. It's a humpback whale. Now, humpback whales live in the poles where it's really, really, really cold nearly all of the year. Okay, and then they go down to somewhere really warm and have their babies, so that their babies can feed on lots of fish and keep warm and grow. And when they've grown, they're called calves. When they've grown big enough, they swim all the way back up to the pole in the cold. And then mummy will start to have lots of things to eat, because she doesn't eat very much when she's down in the warm. She just looks after her baby. That's why I think humpback whales are special. Right, okay, so they all live in the cold, icy waters. I think we're first going to read Penguin Pete. It's about a silly sausage of a penguin. Once upon a time, there was a colony of penguins, a bit like a big, big family, living happily together in the Antarctic. The youngest penguin was called Pete. There's Pete. I think that's his mummy. He was so small that the other penguins called him pint-sized Pete. Don't worry, said Pete's mother. All penguins are pint-sized when they're young. One day you'll grow bigger, and then you'll be able to swim in the ocean with the rest of us. Pete thought the grown-up penguins looked beautiful swimming in the sea. He wanted to grow up fast so he could join them. I think he's standing on the ice looking at the other ones swimming, wondering when he'll be big enough to join in. But when the penguins came back in the evening and waddled clumsily to their nesting places, Pete couldn't help laughing. They all look like they're going to fall over, don't they? Waddle, 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 waddle. They looked so funny. Grown-up penguins couldn't move on snow and ice better than pint-sized Pete. I'll show them a penguin can move gracefully on land, he said, and he began practicing flipper skating. Oh, look, he's skating like we can do if we go to the ice arena. It was great fun. He slid about all over the ice and usually ended up with a thump on the ground. He looks a bit surprised there that he's landed on his bottom, but I think he's got plenty of padding, he'll be okay. Now and then, some of the other penguins who were Pete's friends stayed home with him. They had a wonderful time playing hide and seek, making snow penguins and having snowball fights. The time flew by. Oh look, they have made a snow penguin. I've made a snow penguin once when James was little. They don't last forever though, do they? Looks lots of fun being a baby penguin. They're called chicks. One day, a flock of bears landed on a patch of ice where the penguins lived, calling and screeching and flapping their wings. Oh, are they penguins? No, They look like some little yellow fluffy bird. They look a bit like the chicks we had in our classroom, but they can't fly, can they? Oh, Pete marched proudly through the rows of birds. How tiny they were. He felt very big and grown up. "Hello," said one of the little birds. "What kind of funny bird are you?" "I'm a penguin," he said. "My name is Pete." "Pleased to meet you, Pete," said the little bird. "My name's Steve. Let's have a flying race." "Don't be silly," said Pete. "I can't fly." "Then it's time you learned," said Steve. "All you have to do is flap your wings hard. Just watch me. It's quite easy." There's the bird on Pete's head. It's flew up, look. Pete tried and tried to fly, but he couldn't. He could only jump a little way into the air. Penguins can't fly. Bird doesn't know that. Pete and Steve were soon great friends, even if they couldn't go flying together. But Pete wanted nothing better than to fly with his friend. Although he tried to take off over and over again, his flights always ended in a crash landing. This is only one. He's running, jumping, whoa, and then he's landed flat on his beak, look. And Steve the bird is going, "Oh no." Poor Penguin Pete. Oh no. He's crying. I wonder why he's crying. The day came when the flock of birds had to move on. There was nothing Steve could do about it. As the two friends said goodbye, big penguin tears trickled down Pete's cheeks. "Never mind, Pete," Steve called back as he flew away. "I'm sure we'll be landing on this patch of ice again next year." Pete was very sad, but his mother knew how to cheer him up the next morning. So he went swimming in the sea for the first time. Oh, he's sad. Do you think it will cheer him up to go swimming? He was very excited. The thought of diving into the water head first was rather scary, but Pete found two ledges of ice at the water's edge. He climbed cautiously down the ledges and slid backwards into the sea. Now he's climbing down. It's like he's found some steps on the ice. He's going in backwards, a bit like doing it in the ladder in a swimming pool. "I'll do a proper dive tomorrow," he thought. Look, there's all the other penguins going into the water head first. Do you know why they might be going into the water? Because they eat fish, so they have to go into the water to catch the fish, don't they? Pete's first strokes were rather clumsy, but soon he was gliding through the cold water like an eel. He could do backstroke! He came last in most of the swimming races, and he lost when the penguins played games, but Pete was a good loser. Oh, I think he was made for swimming, don't you? Look, he's going backwards and he's looking at the fish, and he's with his other penguin friends. He never tired of looking at all the fish and seaweed. There was something new around every corner of every rock. What a wonderful, mysterious place the sea was. And he is with his eyes open looking. There's, oh, looks like a little octopus, a starfish, some fish, and another starfish. How exciting! The moon had risen by the time Pete waddled happily back to his mother. Waddle, 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 waddle. He felt far too tired to tell her all about his adventures, but that could wait until tomorrow. He fell asleep at once, and he dreamed of Steve, the sea, and the dive he was going to do the next day. There he is with his mummy, fast asleep. Oh, that was nice, wasn't it? Oh, look, and it says, "The end," and there's some pictures of Pete doing different things. Now, I'd like you to think about what your favourite creature would be. If you want to please Elsa, you could think of something that lives where it's icy, and maybe you could draw a picture and you could label it, or you could go on the internet with a grown-up and find out some facts about them. Okay, that would be wonderful to see. Bye-bye.